Good afternoon and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans Views. Statement FC. The Celtic have spoken, but Celtic still won't speak to the fans. It's always great when Celtic release a statement. Statement FC. It is always good when they release a statement because it shows themselves up. It really does. 2:42 Celtic Park time. Celtic put out this statement, and it says as follows. It is extremely regrettable that last night's match against Aberdeen was postponed, particularly at such a late stage. While we understand the decision, clearly we sympathise with our supporters, many who had begun making their journey or who had arrived in Aberdeen already. We have raised the matter with the SPFL to understand whether the SPFL pitch inspection protocol was followed correctly. In our view, there must be the ability to make the decisions earlier on the matches. Aberdeen says that they got in touch with the SFA at around about 1 p.m. and then they didn't turn up until later on. So they're then going to say, "We are sorry that our fans have been inconvenienced in this way, and thank you sincerely for your support." It's totally at it, aren't they? You couldn't give them a brass neck with a blowtorch, that lot. The same fans that they won't have into the ground, and the same fans that a lot of guys for Celtic fan media would have already been travelling up to. Anyway, we move on from that because Rod Stewart has also been having a little talk to someone, and we're going to listen to Rod the Prod, and let's see what he has to say also.
I think so. It's funny last night. I've got to bring this up. It's very important. So Rangers get a penalty. So all my mates in Scotland call up, yeah, Rangers got a penalty, yeah, same old bias. Why can't we do something about that, Alan? Why can't we? And I think it's true in the EPL. Yeah. You have English referees that are not associated with any football teams. I know they go through a strict, to find out where the refs are, who do they do support.
Anyway, do you think that would work in Scotland? He also he does talk about that, and he also talks about the fact that
I know Jock Steen's been going on about it since the 70s, but yeah, I saw the penalty, and it was a penalty. It wasn't sending off. But why can't we find unbiased referees?
Yeah, but what? Ever since I was a kid growing up watching Celtic, we used to get stuffed all the time by the officials. But
in that respect.
But look, so in a good thing, Rod, and a good thing, Hearts, people are just writing Hearts off now. I think it's the third red card they've had in a few games. Fans won't have it. We can't.
I'm tired of it. It really it doesn't make Scottish football look very good.
Passion and fight against Celtic, haven't they? And against Rangers. But they went on to get a few. Very quick, right time, and give one or two a rest when he can. It won't be easy.
Well, our signings, I think, I'm going to upset a lot of our supporters, but I think our signings have been pretty good. To sign a player on loan with an option to buy, which I think two of them are, then if they're no good, you kick them out, or you got the option to buy them. I think we're stronger now than we were a couple of weeks ago.
What do you think about Martin? Because me and Alan just sit.
Anyway, they ended up talking about halfway on his mobile scooter, Rolls Royce. And I mean, he's happy with the window, and he says he's going to upset a lot of Celtic fans saying that it was up. He thinks that the window's fine. You know that Rod backs the board 100%. So, but I think the big shock of the day, and the most unbelievable statement by Celtic Football Club, Now, I don't care what side of the fence you're on with this one. You know, if you're pro boards, if you're pro Green Brigade, the fact is that Celtic Football Club have not spoken to fans in a long time, and for them to put out this statement, we are sorry that our fans have been inconvenienced in this way, and thank you sincerely for your support. Honestly, man, you could not make it up. You couldn't make it up. Will we get Chamberlain in on time to be part of the European team? It's been alleged that it is done, but until Celtic come out and announce it, you know what Celtic are like. It could be anything. Celtic have also been linked with another player in case the deal doesn't happen. Whether they can get, Celtic have been linked with former Chelsea and AC Milan midfielder, who's also a free agent, but appear to be pushing ahead with the Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain one. They could reconsider a move if they can't reach an agreement with Chamberlain. I think that's just one on the back burner. I mean, you're going to have to get a guy to get a medical today. I've no idea where the other player is based, but it looks like that we are going to go ahead with that one, and hopefully Celtic will get that one done and dusted. Talking about Aberdeen, looks like Aberdeen may have their next manager.
Now, because former St Etienne boss Eirik Horneland is the leading contender for the Aberdeen managerial vacancy. It's understood that the 50-year-old has really impressed the Aberdeen hierarchy following the final stage of interviews this week and is believed to be the #1 target. Sky Sports News reported at the weekend that the final process would take place this week, with Stephen Robinson, Uwe Rosler and Marcus Gisdol among the 5 left in the frame. Horneland managed at Rosenborg and Brann in his native Norway before moving to France, and he left St Etienne by mutual consent last month. So the breaking news: former St Etienne boss Eirik.
Interesting. If Aberdeen do go down the road of getting in a foreign manager, because I mean Aberdeen are basically looking at long term, aren't they? We getting a manager to the end of the season. We cocked up. We know we cocked up. We cocked up bringing in Wilfred Nancy, big time. And don't know, fair play to Aberdeen for taking their time and making sure that they get the right man. Says a lot about the Aberdeen owners, really. The fact that they are going down that road. Anyway, let's jump into some of the comments. It is just a quick one this afternoon. Chris is in the house first. Pretty damn rich. Celtic board expecting football operations to be done quicker. I thought some of the people on the channel would love the irony of the Celtic statement. The SFA couldn't afford neutral foreign refs for every game. No, they couldn't. They could do with another big man, says. Yeah, do you think that would... I don't know where these ones are. It's panic station time, isn't it, at Celtic? It's Martin O'Neill and the backroom staff clambering about trying... And let's be honest, it's just trying to make sure that we win the league, which is fair play to Martin. He's got to do what he thinks is right. But anyway, £100 gift voucher would go some way to show your thanks for the fans left disappointed. Celtic never going to give anything away for nothing. They don't even give you a free game on the season ticket now. Let's just get a quick update, and then I will be back at 8 p.m. tonight. Celtic Dundee. Here we go. The referee for the weekend has been announced. Ryan Lee will be assisted by Douglas Ross and Andrew Dallas. Ryan Lee has been appointed as the referee for the Scottish Cup in the last 16 tie against Dundee on Saturday. Douglas Ross, that good old Tory Rangers supporter Douglas Ross will also be on the line. Can't make it up, can you? And I mean, I know Scotland's a small nation, but surely there has to be some referees out there that do not have an affiliation to Rangers Football Club. David McGeechy is also one of the assistants. Now, VAR. As expected, Andrew Dallas. David Dickinson and Andrew Dallas will be on VAR. And the headquarters for VAR will be in Lodge 1690, based out of Lanarkshire. Anyway, who do we get for next season? We have got BBC News, Celtic Dundee cancelled due to a lack of interest. Well, you know that's not going to happen, mate. You know that I cannot see. We'll wait and see. I think that it'll be interesting to see how many people actually do boycott the game, considering they've paid for tickets. And why didn't they call for a boycott of the away games? That's the thing. But anyway. So the time we play Aberdeen, they'll have their captain back, their players settled, and the new manager. Couldn't make it up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Nice to see that the Operation Stop the Celts and the refs again. Yeah. Anyway, make sure that you join the channel for some deep conversation tonight, I think, about boycotts, about Celtic, and about the state of Scottish football. On that note, have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world.